menu guide and welcome to my kitchen. I want to take a moment and thank tonight's sponsor, www.runescapebotswoodcuttingbots.com. I'm not actually sponsored, but I am a woodcutting bot. But I'm not here to bot cooking. I am here to document my cooking journey with the RuneScape Official Cookbook. So tonight we are going to be making 3 recipes from the RuneScape Official Cookbook. Those 3 recipes are going to be cake, fish. In RuneScape, you can cook a whole bunch of different types of fish. This is just a recipe for fish. And last but not least, cooked meat. We're going to be doing a vegetarian and a non-vegetarian version of that. Did you hear that, guys? I forgot to shave. Chopping at trees. I'm going to start with the cake. And that's going to need some time to cool before we can put any icing on it. I've got my 2 9-inch cake pans here. We might see my cat on screen right now. If so, she is adorable. But we are cooking tonight cake, fish, not as much fish as it is tempeh in the shape of fish, and cooked meat, which is just carne asada. This is like the default outfit that you spawn into RuneScape with, a bald bearded man with a green shirt, pants, and brown shoes and these little silver bracers on your wrist. And so people just create bot accounts and they have their bots chop down trees so that they can get money. Although I look like a bot, I am not. I am doing this the honest to goodness way. And to start with that cake, your oven is going to be preheated to 350 degrees. Cover the entire bottom, and then you put your parchment paper on top. I'm a really scuffed chef. I'm roughly halfway through the RuneScape cookbook by now. I just ran with the default clothes today. I woke up like this, decided, yeah, let's gain some XP, and dove right in. I'm gonna warm these up in the microwave for a couple seconds because they're not quite room temperature. So exciting. There's a stick of butter in a bowl. And to this, we wanna add 2 cups of granulated sugar. This is like almost a cup, so I'm just gonna fill it a little bit more. There we go. This is closer to a full cup. If you have a stand mixer, use it. I just have a regular hand mixer, so that's what I'll be using. So you see how the butter is still sticking to this? I'm just gonna kind of macerate this manually for a little bit. I can follow a recipe for as long as my attention span allows me. Usually I don't really read them. I kind of trust my heart and hope for the best. I'm genuinely trying my best here. Try turning these beaters on again. Yeah, it's all over. This is gonna be a great recipe. The best ones start out the worst because at that point you don't have any expectations. After we scrape it down from the sides, we wanna mix it for a little bit longer until it's nice and light and fluffy. We're gonna mix now. I'm gonna say that's pretty light and fluffy. One by one, we are going to add the eggs. Pog! Oh no, wait, there is some shell. I know myself and I know that no matter how many eggs I crack, most likely gonna get some shell. Ooh, that felt like a really good crack. I'm sure there's no shell in this one at all. Repeat this, there is 4 eggs in total. And it's starting to turn a nice soft yellow color, which is perfect. Mix our egg in. There is 3 teaspoons in a tablespoon, so you can do 3 of those and just fill it up a little more for good luck. So now we're gonna add our dries to our dries. Salt, baking soda, and flour. So we add 3 cups of this. So now we're at 2 cups, if that goes in there. All right, and this is our 3rd cup of flour. Back to the recipe where you're gonna add baking powder. 1 tablespoon of baking powder. Add in baking powder and 3/4 of a teaspoon of salt. I'm gonna say about that much. I'm measuring that with my heart. So we're gonna add roughly half. You're gonna do this on low speed. We're gonna add the buttermilk half by half as well. 1 cup total. So we're gonna mix this in. It's getting kind of wet, but we're gonna add the rest. After that, we'll add more buttermilk. I go 1 day without shaving, and I get this. Here we go. Just scrape the sides so that we can get it all the way incorporated. Add half of the batter to each of these 9-inch pans. They're gonna bake for about 30 to 35 minutes. Just kind of pour in half the batter to each one. These are looking pretty good. These cakes go in for 30 to 35 minutes at 350 Fahrenheit. And while that's going, we're gonna start our next recipe. Fish. Technically, it calls for a whole grilled red snapper. I've got my fish. Pretend this is a whole snapper. Brush the inside and the outside of your fish with oil. You can kind of up close see they've got a bean texture. That's a lot of pepper. We're gonna add a little bit of salt. We've salted, we've peppered. Place some lemon slices inside the cavity of these fish. Well, maybe a little bit thicker than that, huh? Layer your lemon slices inside the cavity of the fish. You're also going to put coriander and dill inside your fish. I don't train my defense, so I can't really equip any armor. Don't really need the bottoms of the stems, just the top tender pieces. Kind of just slow. And I'm just gonna sprinkle a little bit of dill on top. The elite ingredient for this is 3 rubium ores. Something, slug quest. I don't see why we can't add a little bit of Pepsi to this fish. Just let it soak in. We're gonna add the rubium ores. We've added some rubium ores, and this is ready to cook. For your snapper, you want to grill this on a regular charcoal grill. You can cook it in the oven at 425 on parchment paper. It says 30 to 40 minutes. Air fryer is just a mini oven, basically. We made it with no casualties. For now, we're gonna begin our last recipe, cooked meat. Or if you're not in RuneScape terms, it's gonna be carne asada. You're gonna use spicy sauce, which I've already made and I didn't want to make again. You can substitute chili powder and a chipotle pepper in adobo sauce. So I've got that here instead. And if you're looking to make your own adobo sauce, I believe it's tomatoes, vinegar, some spices. Let's do a taste test. Oh, yeah, it's got a kick to it. It's smoky. I don't like it. That is hot. Oh my God, there's a lot of them in here. And we only need one of them. Alexa, off. What is this? Oh my God, guys. What the duck? Did you guys just see what was in my stuff? This is a piece of plastic. That is insane. I gotta check on this cake though. I think it needs a couple more minutes. It is a Coca-Cola bottle cap. Look at that. It's like kind of burnt and crazy looking. Oh, you guys want me to do the crunch test? Are we not sure? Oh, guys, that's not a pepper. I knew that it's really bad. I'm gonna pull one of those cakes out. Not that I'm fishing things out of the garbage or anything. Where'd the bottle cap go? Here it is. No, that's actually a pepper. Oh yeah, there's cake in the oven that I can't burn. This is how it's looking right now after 35 minutes. If you don't have a skewer, you can use a piece of spaghetti. It's coming out clean, so I'm gonna take that other one out. They'll continue cooking in the pan until I take them out. You want it to cool in the pan for 10 more minutes. Stop drinking Coke and start drinking Pepsi. If you are using adobo sauce with chipotles, you can use that. I'm just gonna throw some ingredients and hope for the best. And now I'm completely winging it. Splash of Frank's Red Hot. Let's add some smoked paprika to that. They're probably supposed to be stewed, so we'll just add a little bit. Thanks, Goya. My cooked fish might be done. We're gonna peek on that in a second. Smoked paprika in here. Oh, those lemon slices on top really burned, but the ones in the middle look fine. We're gonna let this cool for a little bit. They are very spicy. Immediately wash your hands. Oh, the adobo had oil. I just eyeball this anyway. You add 1/8 of a cup of oil. You add 1/4 of a cup of fresh pineapple. It's not blackmail, it's therapy. That's how I deal with the emotional trauma that they have caused me. Looking good though. Those are gonna cool for an hour. We're resuming our recipe, and this is as planned now. You add the zest and juice of 1.5 oranges and 5 cloves of garlic. Now I add 1 tablespoon of agave. So I'm just gonna eyeball a tablespoon. We use half of a small yellow onion. Fear not, I rinsed the hatchet off. Let's go. So I just gave my cakes a little flippity flop. We're gonna add 1/4 of a bunch of cilantro. I'm gonna say that's pretty good. And half a jalapeno. We add salt, cumin, and ground coriander, ground black pepper, and oregano. I'm gonna do as I always do. Listen to my heart. Cumin, salt, and not quite as much of that, nor of the oregano. Just a little bit of those, and a little bit of black pepper. I'm gonna use my immersion blender for this. It's a little squelchy. This recipe calls for 1.5 pounds of skirt or flank steak. And I just have regular strip steak. Add your marinade. I guess this is my plan. Ta-da! Now we have this. I'm cooking with the devil. You could grill this for 3 to 5 minutes on each side. No, I did this wrong because I cut mine up first. We're gonna put some oil in this pan. Go like that. Throw it in the oil. Probably won't take too long to get a little bit of crispy on it. And you just flip them over. This doesn't look too bad. This is actually Satan. It's a vegetarian substitute. It doesn't say to add bourbon, but it doesn't say not to add bourbon. Getting close to being done with this. We're gonna keep this hot pan over medium heat. Just throw that in for 10 to 15 seconds per side. Load it up, top this with some various different toppings. Infernal sauce and spicy sauce, which I didn't bother making this time. Cheese, fresh cilantro, and bruma herb, which I think that's an old school thing. I've got some bruma herb right here on top. Yeah, you can put salsa and sauces on top. Lime wedge as well. So here we've got our cooked meat. Elite with that bruma herb. Without further ado, I'm gonna bite into this carne asada. This is really good. Hold on. That marinade flavor is kind of a nice heat to it. But with the lime that you serve it with, fantastic. Oh, this is delicious. I think I recommend this. And if you like beef, make it with beef. If you like Satan, you're a devil worshiper. And if you like Satan, it's really good. We might have another 10. So this is our fish. It looks like a fish. I don't have high hopes for this one. Very aesthetic. And it's kind of a little bit dry. The lemon is nice. The dill is nice. Even the rubium ore is nice. It's the texture of the tempeh that I don't like. It's okay. I probably wouldn't make it again. I've just got to make some icing, and that icing will be the icing on the cake. This has been out all day for the past 3 hours, and it's not soft yet. So I'm actually going to take these 2.5 sticks of butter, and I'm going to just throw them in the microwave for a moment until they can become soft butter. I'm going to throw it in the microwave for a few seconds. Now, I get a big bowl. 1 cup. 2 cups, actually a little more than 2.5 cups. Blend this until just barely combined. Sometimes the powdered sugar likes to go everywhere. I feel like this is missing something. Well, it says you have to beat it for about 10 minutes. So we're moving on. Add vanilla, salt, and cream. I always like to add just a little more for good luck. Just a tiny, tiny bit of salt. 1/4 cup of cream. We're gonna mix it a little bit more, I think. It is kind of yellow though. I don't know what the heck they're doing to make it look so white. Go like this. Just around the outside. I think it could be a little more moist. Oh, it feels so thick still. Maybe it just needs to be fluffed a little more. Yeah, and it spreads better too, you can kind of tell. It's still not spreading as good as I want it. Again, I'm adding like a tablespoon at a time. It just looks like it's getting worse. So 5 seconds, but I put it in for like 18. It's looking fluffier. It has a little bit of cake crumbs in it. This is really melted looking. I'm guessing it was a smaller amount. I'm gonna throw this out. I have 3% battery left. It looks like this. I wish you could see the jam more. And I almost think this one looks better. The jam is the best part. We're cooking. It's all right. Bites with jam are really good. I'm not a big frosting fan in general. Yeah, the cake is pretty good itself. I've never felt more RuneScape than I do dressed like this, eating cake. But other than that, we did manage to make some other recipes tonight too. We made cooked meat. And we made fish. A little bit of a disaster, but still some good recipes. Enough cooking. I gotta get back to chopping those trees.